Many people who have installed Windows 11 notice that its speed is slower compared to Windows 10. But on the other hand, everyone wants to use the latest version of Windows and have all its maximum features. In this video, we will review some solutions together that significantly enhance and maintain the performance of Windows 11. So, let's dive into the system, and I'll show you how. The first step is to disable the transparency effects of Windows. Of course, they make Windows 11 look much prettier, but they do consume a bit of our hardware resources. Therefore, it's better to deactivate them. To do this, click on the Start menu and go to Settings. Another way to access Settings is to right-click on the Start menu and select the Settings option from there. Another way is to press the Windows key and simultaneously press I. Once you enter Windows settings through any of these methods, click on the Personalization option and then select Colors. Here, turn off the Transparency Effects option. The next step that can help is to limit the visual effects of Windows. To do this, open the Start menu, search bar, type Advanced. As soon as I type the first two characters, I open View Advanced System Settings. In the tab that opens under the Performance section, I click on Settings and select Adjust for Best Performance. However, I revert these two options back to their original state. Show thumbnails instead of icons, and the second to last option, Smooth Edges, Notify Screen Fonts, I click OK. And then I also click OK on the underlying page. Another thing is that when you install programs on your system, many of these programs place themselves in the Windows startup, meaning that when Windows starts, that program is also working in the background, although you may not need it at all. So, a good way to fix the problem and fix the system's slowness is to go to Adjust our Windows Startup and only start the programs that are needed, are truly essential to absolutely run when Windows starts up. Let's keep only those in the startup and disable the rest. We go into the System, open Settings, and from the left side, select Apps. Choose the last item in this list, Startup. Here, we can see the startup status of all the system's programs. For example, here, Microsoft OneDrive is set to start with Windows, and I really don't need it, so I just turn it off here. Do the same for all the programs you don't need. This way, your Windows will load much lighter when starting up. Another thing you can do is to not allow programs you don't want to run in the background. So for this, again, go to the same path. Settings, Apps, and here. In the first option, Optional Features, we can see a list of all Windows applications, both those that were pre-installed and those we installed ourselves. We can disable the programs we don't want to run in the background from here. For example, I can select Cortana. I click on Cortana's Advanced Options, and here you see Background Apps Permissions. Underneath it, there's Let this app run in background. By default, it's set to Power Optimized, meaning if the battery is low or about to run out, it won't use it, but otherwise it will. I want Cortana not to run in the background at all and not to use my system resources, so I select No. I do the same for all the apps that I don't want running in the background and consuming my system resources. The next thing we want to do to increase the speed of our Windows is to make changes in the power plan. I open Start and type Power. Notice that two items are displayed here for me, and I need to work with both. First, I go and select Choose a Power Plan. Currently, for my laptop, there is no High Performance or Best Performance option here. But if on your device, there is another item under Balance called Best Performance, make sure to select it. If that option exists, there is a circle next to these items. This circle is usually set to Balanced. Set it to High Performance, or you might see it as Best Performance. I'll close this section. I'll open Start again and search for Power once more for now. We could have gone from that page, but now we'll go from here. I click on a power plan for it, and a box opens up, and here I select Change Advanced Power Settings. I scroll down a bit, looking for Processor Power Management. I make sure that the maximum processor state is set to 100% both on battery and when plugged in. This setting is crucial for maintaining optimal performance. Ensure it is set correctly in the advanced power settings. If it's lower for you, change it by using the arrow keys or typing in the value. Another essential task for maintaining our Windows health is deleting unnecessary files on the system, especially the temporary files that Windows creates for temporary use. Let's go into my system. I go to the Start menu and again into Settings. I look for the Storage option, and if I can't find it, I can simply search for it here. As you can see, the Storage option is visible right here. I'm just going to click on Storage from here. Now see, it's currently checking for me. I'll wait a little bit for it to scan everything. It completed the scan. The temporary files, I'll open it. See here. It has automatically selected all possible items, and I can add 2 or 3 more items if I want. For example, right now, because I have an important file in the downloads folder that I just downloaded, I don't want it to delete the downloads for me, but I wanted to clear the rest of these items. I click on Remove Files. If you don't have anything important in your downloads folder, you can check this part too. I click on Remove Files and continue. Okay? Now that some space has been freed up on my system by deleting these items, let's talk about something more interesting regarding storage. You see, Windows has a feature called Storage Sense, which, as it says here, automatically frees up space and deletes temporary files, and delete them manually every now and then. Let's go into this. First, make sure it is definitely turned on. Let's also check its settings. It says here to delete files in my recycle bin. If they have been there for how long? What does that mean? It means if files have been in the recycle bin and 30 days have passed since they were moved there, Windows will delete them, so you don't have to worry about them anymore. Additionally, there's an interesting option here. It mentions files that are in the downloads folder. And if they haven't been used for a certain period, they are probably unnecessary files, and you can have them deleted. Now, the duration of their being unnecessary can be set here. For example, if files have been in the downloads folder for 14 days and I haven't opened them, I can set it to delete them. Let's also look at this first option, which asks if Storage Sense should automatically perform this or task. I can set it to do it every day, every week, every month, or when I'm clearing my disk. The next option is removing unnecessary programs, which is quite simple. Just go to Settings, then to Apps, and click on Apps and Cardia Features. Any program that you really don't use, we don't need. Well, it's much better to remove them from the system. Delete it. I may not need this AnyTrans software anymore. It has occupied my hard drive. It's enough to click on this icon here and press Uninstall. Press Uninstall again, and wait for the removal process to start. Now this program is asking me for the remove option. I confirm it again. Well, 500 MB of my hard drive space will be freed up, which I naturally need for other uses. And it will also help Windows run better. If you see other programs that you don't need, you can easily remove them from your system using this method. The next task that can help increase Windows speed is defragmenting the hard disk. It's a way of organizing it neatly, which the system does itself. To do this, we just need to open Start and type defrag in the search. You'll see that it's the first item displayed, and we open it. You can see here in this table that I have 2 drives, Drive C and Drive D. Both of their media types are solid-state drives, or SSDs. We don't defragment SSDs at all. We only optimize them. But if you have an older hard drive, an HDD, the system automatically defragments those. In any case, you don't need to know too many details about it, as the system handles this part. For the system to be defragmented or optimized, we select it and click the Analyze button here. Since I don't have an old hard drive on this system, the Analyze button is inactive for me. Because I only have SSDs, I can click it once to optimize. You can see that it is now optimized. If you have an old hard drive, first click Analyze once. It will show you the status of your system. For example, your hard drive might be 5% or 20% fragmented. Then you select it and click Optimize and wait for it to complete. Additionally, there's something interesting here under the Scheduled Optimization section. I can say, hey, you can automatically do this once a month so that I don't have to deal with it anymore. You can use this too, which will really help you. How has the video been so far? If you enjoy videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. By liking the video, you help more people see it, and it might be useful for them too. Also, hit the bell icon below to be notified of future videos. Let's go. We still have a lot to do in the system. Our next task is to disable the Restartable app. And to do this, let's go into the settings as usual. In the account options, here in the sign-in options, scroll down a bit and turn off the automatically save my restartable apps option. The next thing that positively impacts performance is disabling core isolation, a security feature that significantly affects Windows performance. I searched for it in the Start menu, opened it, and turned it off from this section. The next item is disabling game mode. If you're not a gamer and don't use games much on your system, go to the System Settings, select the gaming option from the left, and click on Game Mode. Turn off game mode, improve your system's performance. The next step is not to install third-party antivirus software on your system. You see, Windows 11 and of course its predecessor Windows 10 have a built-in antivirus. This means that with the installation of Windows, you are also installing an antivirus on your system, called Windows Security. This Windows Security is a very reliable antivirus and it protects against most security threats to your system, So there's no need for us to go and get a third-party antivirus created by a company other than Microsoft itself on our system. Well, because naturally it would make our system's performance weaker and slower. The next thing that positively impacts our Windows performance is keeping Windows updated. To do this, we open Start and click on Settings. Select the last item to ensure that this check mark is always green and our Windows is updated. We can click this button to check again. Let me also mention that Windows 10 and Windows 11 updates cannot be disabled by default, meaning you are always required to update Windows. There are ways and software available if you want to use them to disable them, but I do not recommend it. Always try to keep your Windows updated. Well, that's it for this video. I tried to share some ways in this video that can improve the performance of your Windows or system before you go and upgrade your RAM, or, I don't know, change your hard drive, or think of something else for your system. Definitely try this method. It is very likely that many of your issues, like slowness or freezing, or many other issues will be resolved. If you want to avoid these problems and improve your experience, give it a try. If these methods were helpful for you, please write to me in the comments. And let us know if you have any other solutions to improve your Windows performance. If you do, write them here and share with others. If you have any questions about this topic, feel free to write them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can see our future videos. Right now you can see 2 other videos on the screen that I hope will also be useful to you and that you can benefit from. Until the next videos, goodbye.